Hey everyone, Scientip07 here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the new Trackmaster 3 Gordon from the All Ancients Go series. Now, they have made a ton of changes to Gordon's model and especially all the others. So anyways, let's compare this to the Trackmaster Revolution Gordon. Alright, here's the model that I bought in 2016, even when it was made in 2014, and here's a new one from 2021 or 2022. Yeah, big versions of engines strike again. Instead of having a very good small size, but like in the original, instead they only have a big size. Now, the same thing goes for the other Thomas characters, but in that were modeled. But in the TV show, or at least in the original, all of the engines were like this shape. But now, the tender engines are big like this. And for the small engines, not small by height, but small by the fact they don't have a tender, now they're absolutely so over the top small, but in the models, they're about as big as Gordon. That's something I'm concerned about. But anyways, let's get on to the differences. As you can see, the buffer in the 2022 Gordon is actually smaller than this one. I get it, it still has the oval shape, but the buffer is too thin. Another thing is that instead of 2 red linings here, they put 4. Yes, I know there's 2 more over here, but there's less here, so that doesn't count. And the dome is moved back a bit and inside one of the linings. They even got a whistle too. And they now have a red switch instead of a white switch. And I don't know why the whistle was pushed to the side. It's weird though, but it's a bit fine. And Gordon doesn't have one whistle. I'm not so sure. Anyways, another difference is the funnel and the face expression. Gordon's mouth shouldn't be open. Instead, it should be like smiling. And the Trackmaster 3 Gordon has, what do you call it? A glass cap top, but this one's made of plastic. Plastic. The Trackmaster 3 version windows have holes, and there's no painted cab opening. But however, the place where the holes are in the Trackmaster Revolutions model shows them unpainted. Now moving on to the tender. I know we should go to the side rods, but we're gonna go to the side rods later. That's a major difference. Okay, now I'll just mention it. Anyways, the tenders are completely different. This tender is a bit taller than this one, and the amount of coal in the coal tender is now square shaped instead of rectangular shaped. And the chassis for this tender is red instead of black or blue. The front of the tender has buffers, which shouldn't be used, and they also have little holes here in between the coal bunker. I don't know why. And the back of Gordon's tender has circular buffers instead of having the usual oval ones. And they're red instead of blue. The rear coupling of the tender is no longer easy to move, but instead it's molded into the tender. But despite all the differences, Trackmaster 3 model is pretty fast than the usual Trackmaster 2. But if you put batteries like the ones I put in here, then it'll move like the same fast. Let's see a move. And these Trackmaster 3s can run smoothly on old track. And by the way, I forgot to mention the wheels are different. And now I think I know why this redesign was made. It was not just because of the reboot, but it was just because to make them move more freight. I think that's why. But maybe you could have added a bit more to the Trackmaster 2 models. I mean, they needed a bit more material. but I like them just the way they are. And don't get me wrong, I don't hate the All Engines Go series. I mean, it may be a bit funny at times, but I do hate the writing. And I mean, the series is never going to improve at this point. I think the only good thing about Thomas that we have is the fan content. So overall, I think the All Engines Go reboot is okay. Not bad, but okay. Even though I think it needs to be canceled, it's a bit funny at times, honestly. And whilst I do hate my favorite show in the world being rebooted, I have no idea what to do about this. Like I said, the show is never going to improve at this point, and neither does any other British-based shows, which we'll get to in another conversation soon. Maybe. I don't know. But anyways, thank you all for watching my review. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, and stay tuned for any more updates about Carly and Sandy's first days, and maybe even more episodes. This is Science 07 signing off.